It's working out even better than I thought it would.
Good. This the first one, right?
Yeah, man. You know, I mean, I don't want to put you under too much pressure. You are the first one.
Yeah, all right,
this is, you know what I mean, the next step in, you know,
and that's
trying
the
to
thing,
figure out who to be
really,
next. You know what I mean?
really respect about you and mine, bro. You always trying new stuff, man.
Oh man,
never stop, bro.
You know what, yo? It's crazy because like that's always been the case. Like even since I was young, 9, started rhyming. 18, started singing. By the time I was 20, was trying to make beats and just. I mean, as a creator, you probably understand. You have to grow, or you gonna have problems. You know what I mean? And it's work. It's work for me. You know what I'm saying? It's work for me. So that's what this is. This is just trying to figure out what's next. Like I actually, since I changed positions at work, I have a lot of free time, right? That I didn't have before. So it's like, well. Fuck it. Right. You know what I mean?
Let's jump in.
You know what I mean? Try the next thing. We ready.
I'm ready. Yeah. I'm going to do a short stack with turkey sausage, please.
Hot cakes or French toast?
Hot.
Okay. Turkey sausage well done?
Yes.
Can I get a short stack of French toast?
Any meat?
Scrap.
You want it split and well done?
You really self-filling it up today.
Oh yeah, I mean I'm here, you know what I mean? You said split and well done?
Yeah, because it's thick.
Yeah, sure. And let me get scrambled eggs with cheese.
Got it.
That'll do it.
All right, I have that right out for you guys. All right? You're welcome.
Yeah, so this here is just the next progression. You know what I mean? Like, I started fooling around with the little videos. I've been trying my hand at stand-up comedy lately.
Yeah, I heard that's going good.
It's actually been a lot of fun, man. And I figured, you know, just take the next step. And I find myself surrounded by interesting people.
Especially the crew.
Especially the crew. You know what I mean? And I feel like we don't spend enough time just fucking talking.
Right.
So just fucking hit. You know what I mean? Fucking talk.
Let's start.
Yeah. You know? So I mean, you got the project coming out. The Majestic. I need to know what that's about. Because the title, like, it's not a title that like you just came up with because you're an MC and you rhyming. This is. I feel like I know what it's hitting for, but I need to hear it. Okay. Definitely need to hear it.
Yeah. You want to? Are we recording right now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
yeah, we up, bro. We up, bro.
Yeah, man. I mean that, bro. Like, you know. For a lot of people don't know, and it's increased over the years, but like, because I'm such the funny, like, you know, outgoing boy, like, I suffer from depression. I'm sure that's not crazy to hear, because pretty much we all got a little bit of it. But the Majestic is that spot in our lives that we find the beauty in the bullshit. That make it's majestic. Life's majestic. My sons are majestic. You know what I'm saying? My yeah. I mean, there's a lot of. It's the most open I've ever been about my boys. The way I'm feeling about aging, losing my family. When I say losing my family, I just mean like Thanksgiving this year. Grandma wasn't there. She in the home. Grandpa's dead. My cousins that I'm at, they got families of their own. They visiting their in-laws, so it's like I'm sitting on the couch by myself, kind of. You know what I mean? Like, it's as you get older, you can either let the problems and issues that come with that beat you down, or you can see the beautiful things in it. So even when I'm talking about my pain, it's majestic because I'm showing you my heart. I'm showing you what's inside of my soul. This record was so much less about I'm the best bull, I could rap, I could kill you. There's a couple of them joints on there. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep it balanced.
We're doing what we do.
But it's a heavy record, man. I needed it to kind of fix my brain a little bit. You know, there's a song on there where I'm cursing out God. You know what I'm saying? Because of my, you know, for those who don't know, my son, he's nonverbal autistic. He's 8 years old. He's still in diapers, you know, and if there's anything that'll break a man, you know, and it's hard for me to still talk about it to this day, bro. Like I just watching him struggle and go through the things that he's going through, and knowing that his whole life is going to be hard. It's going to be rough for him as far as the rest of the world goes. But for him, he's safe because he doesn't understand none of this. He don't know no better. Yeah. He's majestic, bro. He's the majestic.
The light, and all of that darkness.
The light. Yeah. He's the light, and I have to remember that. So that's why he's on the cover. That's why it's called what it is. Because no matter what's going on, no matter how hard and how dark it gets, I have an angel that I have to protect and take care of. And he, in turn, through his love and his kindness, his heart, he lifts me up. He keeps me. I can't do things that have popped in my head before because I have people that I have to take care of. You know what I'm saying? And
that's what you mean by growth.
Growth.
It's funny because I think we all kind of consider you our young boy. Not that you're that much younger than us, but I think we all see you as our young boy to a certain extent. Yeah. But like I feel like I watched you grow the most and the fastest out of all of us. I fancy myself pretty mature and stoic and
absolutely.
But I feel like I even watched you grow. And your son's the same age as my daughter. Yeah. So we became fathers at the same time. But it's like you had to do you had to fucking fucking go because of the challenges you face. And like you're not the only one of our
and it's becoming
our circle.
It's becoming more and more prevalent.
It's absolutely it's crazy, but it's beautiful. Yeah. It's beautiful to see. Yeah. Like if what you came from is like as wild as you've been, and I know you could be that wild. Like before we get up from this table, you know what I mean? But to see that you it's hard sometimes for us to make that right decision. Like we don't always have the tools, the decision making tools. Right. My wife would be really proud of me making that out. Like she would be super proud of me right now. But we don't always have the decision-making tools to make the move in the direction that you did as fast as you did. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to sit down and talk to you, because I wanted to thank you and to let you know how proud of you I am, because through all of that, you've still been Reef. Yeah, man. Like you haven't changed. Yeah, man. You know what I mean? As an artist, as a man, well, you have changed as a man. A little bit. But as an artist and as a person, and to the people who you know and love, you haven't changed. Yeah. Because it could do wild things. It could, and it almost did a few times. You know what I mean? But then, like you said, you know, the decision making tools. You know what I mean? That's stuff that you like. I feel like by the time you get to a certain point in age in your life, like the selfishness is something that we all struggle with, especially as men. You know what I'm saying? It's like we want that. We want our family, but we still want that time. We still want that to be able to say, like, I'm just going to go wild out and do all that. And I think that I've gotten to the point now where I say, you know what, I'm going to stay in the house tonight. I'm not going to go. I'm going to stay, and I'm gonna try to be better. You know what I mean? We just got engaged. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking forward to getting married. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. We're gonna have a ball. You already know. You already know the whole squad gonna be in there deep. And I have another son now who's like, man, he's the wild bull. Like, he's the wild card. You know, he came out of nowhere. Oh.
Scramble with cheese, scramble split.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, on point. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Okay?
Yes, thank you so much.
Manny, we talking about?
Yeah, so
Wild Man
Manny. He's been a blessing. He's a majestic part of my life. You know what I'm saying? My lady's love, my family's strength, all of these things. It's like, it's hard out here, man, but you got to find the beauty. You have to find the beauty. You have to find the silver lining. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm trying to do and trying to stay focused on. It's not very easy. It's much easier for me to go towards the woe is me shit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I mean, it's sitting right there.
It's right there.
And you got the whole world telling you
Right.
all the things you can feel bad about.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got your social media, everybody living their best
That's
life.
something, man, honestly, bro, like, I've only done it twice. Once, like, early last year, and then again sometime early this year. Both kind of around the same time. I don't know if that's a coincidence or not. But I deleted all the apps off my phone. It took like a month. And I tell you how productive and more positive my whole mindset was from staying off of that shit. It's like, I feel like that contributes to a lot of what people are feeling because you're so busy.
We doing understatements today.
Yes.
Okay, I'm with you. Now I'm on board.
For real though, because it's like, it makes you look at what everybody else is doing, how everybody else is feeling, how everybody else is reacting.
Or actually what they're willing to show you.
What they're willing to show you.
And what they're willing to tell you.
And it's always the cool shit.
Always. This is one thing I really genuinely appreciate about us and about our brothers.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because we have plenty of reasons not to even be bothered with each other.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But what I most appreciate about us is that none of us is pretending for anybody. Like, you don't look at our social media and only see when we out turning it up, only see when we out getting busy,
Right.
or making money, or looking good. Like, we put it out there.
Yeah.
Like, even in this conversation,
Right.
you're talking about your depression. Personally, I don't feel like you're suffering from depression.
Really? What you think it is?
I feel like you are experiencing depression. I don't feel like you're suffering from it because even you know that when you need to pull up.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That ability to recognize those light spots in your life, like that's not suffering from depression.
Yeah.
That's experiencing.
That's a beautiful way to look at it.
You know
And that's the type of stuff that I'm talking about when I say, like, you know, trying to find the silver lining. I really like the way you describe that because suffering would be not being able to get up out of the bed.
Not being able to see what it is that you actually, I need to pull out of this. This is the source of my problem. I need to pull away from that for a while. Like, when you're suffering from that particular disease, like, you don't know that you need to do those things.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's huge. It's huge because you can see it. We've seen where it can get people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we know where it can go.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to recognize
Absolutely.
that.
Any equal sweet knowledge contest?
I mean, it's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Awesome.
Yeah, I ain't got no choice, bro. You know what I mean? And I'm grateful that I don't have the choice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of people that, you know, they have the choice. They have the option of suffering and wallowing in it. It's like, I don't have time for that shit. You know?
Yep. Real people depending on you. You know what I mean? Real moves to make. You know?
Yeah.
So, like I said, I felt like I knew where the title was coming from. See me and you on the cover at the beach. You know, I just found out how much I like the beach.
Yo, I see you the Father's Day joint, yeah?
It literally is just like in the last couple of years.
It's my favorite place in the world.
It's like we don't do nothing.
Yeah.
If we ain't going to the shore. If I only get out there once, like that's our family tradition.
Right.
But we just figured out that we like.
You like the beach. So what made you not know? You just never went like that?
I went once as a kid. Just never really. You know what I mean? Most of my 20s. I spent rapping and talking shit, and riding motorcycles, and I went to a whole nother place.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's how I spent most of my going to the shore. Just wasn't really.
Right.
You know, unless we was on vacation somewhere in the Caribbean or down in Miami, then you go sit at the beach. But like it was like the boardwalk, Atlantic City.
Yeah.
What? You know what I mean?
Right.
Then we got the kids.
Yeah.
And you know, something to do with them.
Yeah.
That's not too far away.
Right.
They can survive the road trip.
Yeah. It's not too bad. And once you get there, it's like it is interesting because you know you literally an hour from the city, but you feel like you're in a whole different. Right. Depending on where you're at. Right. You know what I mean?
And everybody there is from where you're from.
Right. Of course.
But we all act like we're somewhere far away. Yeah.
I mean, for me, man. I mean, I could spend hours in the ocean, man. I do every time. You know, me and it's funny. My lady and Manny, they're the earth. They play on the chilling the same. Manny's still getting his footing with the ocean, but me and Isaiah, man, we'll swim All day in the ocean, man. It's a beautiful. You come out feeling refreshed. You know what I mean? I always say, like, God forbid, when I'm gone, I don't want no big dumb funeral with people crying and trying to jump in the casket. Burn me, take my ashes, dump them in the ocean, and then just have a party right there on the beach. That's how you gotta go. I'm putting this on record, so you make sure you enforce it. You know what I mean? Show up like, yo, this is what he said. So,
no, that's real.
But we far from that, man.
No, man, we ain't nowhere near that.
Far from that.
Nah, I was just thinking to myself today. Somebody asked me how I was doing.
Yeah.
I said, man, I'm just trying to live healthy and die old, man.
Right? Right?
Yo, man. That's what live healthy and die old.
That's a blessing.
40. Just turned 40.
Yeah.
I wasn't supposed to make it to 25.
How about that?
You know what I mean?
About that?
So I'm excited about getting old. My wife about to turn 40. She don't know what to do with herself.
I feel like, oh, really? Turn 40?
Yeah.
You getting antsy? That's how it was when I turned 30. After that, I was like, I don't know. I'm gonna be 37 in 30 days, less than 27 days. I like it because I've become less self-conscious about what other people think. I feel like when you're younger, you worry so much about what other people are thinking of you. You might bite your tongue a little bit more. This is just me. I know you've always been a very
it's not you.
Yeah.
It's not just you. No.
Like you go about things a little bit differently because you don't want to make waves, or you know what I mean. Like play your position a little bit more. I feel like as you get older, it's like they make that joke how old people, like, you know, just cuss you out, say whatever.
Say anything.
I'm at that point, man, because I'm like, I'm a grown, like, you know, you can say that when you're 25, I'm a grown-ass man. No, I'm 37, bro. I'm a grown-ass man. Like, I got mortgage and kids. I got real-life problems. So, your nonsense, I cannot have to tell you because I might not see you again. So I need to let you know how you make me feel right now. You know what I'm saying?
And it takes some hurting, man, before you realize what it means to be grown. You think you're grown because you're old and you're free.
Right.
But if you ain't never been hurt,
right?
You know what I mean? If you don't know what it means to heal,
right?
Honestly, in my opinion, you ain't grown up yet,
right?
You know what I'm saying? If you don't know what it means to forgive or to be forgiven, I tell you what was even more important to me than forgiving, being forgiven. Absolutely nuts. Changed my world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it was just like, it's one thing for you to make a decision about you and how you feel. It's another thing for somebody else to make the decision about you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that to me, I don't feel like I was grown until I was forgiven for fucking something else serious.
Because you actually cared about how they felt about it.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
How they felt about it. Yeah. I've been trying to that's another thing too. It's like you let stuff go a little bit more easily, like holding on to, like, you know, I've had issues with people that I'm like, yo, this is stupid. Let me reach out and be like, yo, my bad, man. Like, I miss you in my life. You know what I'm saying? Let's move past this. You know what I'm saying? Some stuff obviously can't be repaired when people do certain things, but when you care about somebody, and I think you get to a point where you realize, like, you know, it's more important for me to repair this than to hold on to whatever nonsense was keeping us from being cool. You know what I mean? From grown. You know what I mean? And I'm working on that every day, man. I think, like, the only way to grow, the only way to heal, the only way to be better is to constantly work at it. And I think that's when I get up most down on myself, is when I know I'm not working at it.
You don't feel like you're giving your best.
Yeah.
And at that point, you're failing.
I could be a better father. I could be a better, you know, definitely could be a better mate. Show like that a lot. Make sure you don't edit that part out. I could be a better mate. I could be a better, just all around human being, man. And I'm trying. You know, I'm trying. It's hard to change the way that you've been wired for so long. You know what I mean? And I'm honestly, man, like, I feel like I'm at the end of, I don't know if I got another album in me. Yeah. I want to try new stuff. We talked about it before, man. I've had script ideas in my head. Why can't I sit down and write the damn script? I can sit down and write a whole album. You know what I mean? I used to be an actor when I was younger. I did stage plays. I love that shit. Why can't I get back?
I had no idea.
Yeah. My mom had me in Freedom Theater, which is the oldest African American theater in America, right? Cecil B. Moore.
Spent some time in Freedom Theater.
Yeah. You know, I did stuff that I hope never resurfaces. You know what I'm saying? That'll ruin the hardcore rap. You know what I mean? They be like, yo, this boy running around on stage in tights saying Shakespeare, but I loved it. And rap became the focus for, bro, this is year 16. I put out my first project in 2002. And I was doing it before that. So really, we talking about almost 20 years of my life. And I love it, but it's like, I'm tired, man, and I need a change, you know. And I think that Majestic, this new record was like getting it all out, everything that I had in my heart and on my mind out. And I don't know if I can even begin to try to revisit all of that stuff again. And also, I'm not one of these guys that just put stuff out every year because you're supposed to. Life gotta happen. Stuff gotta happen to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I heard Erica Badu say one time, you got your whole life to write your first album. And after that, that's when you find out. I mean, like, you basically, that's when you find out what you really made.
Yep.
Yeah. So I hear that. Like, me personally, I made a conscious decision that after 40, I'm done rapping.
Yes.
I don't want to rap anymore.
Yeah.
Now, I'm 40. I'll be 41 in March. And I just gave Zilla my next album to mix. And that's it.
Yeah? Is that it?
That's like, I'm not rapping.
Because we tell ourselves this. I said 35.
Okay.
So I'm going to be about ready 37. You know what I mean? I was like, 35 that's the limit for me.
And it's a reasonable question.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's a reasonable question. Because I still got a whole nother album worth of stuff that ain't doing nothing. Right. You know what I mean? But I feel like I'm committed to it. I want to get this out before I turn 41.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I won't make music. Obviously, you know, I sing.
You sing?
I'll sing hooks and stuff like that. I still write. But I don't feel like I should be a rapper. I don't really want to be a rapper anymore. You know what I mean? You said you want to write. I learned in the past year just how well I can write. Like, talking about writing descriptions and for. Like, I spent a lot of time last year writing a script. And it wasn't hard.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's something that I want to explore as well.
Right.
Learning video, learning cinematography, editing, this stand-up comedy, talking to my friends. You know what I mean? Spreading information.
Right.
Like, I want to do new things.
Right.
And I feel like continuing to try. I don't know if I ever really focus much on becoming like a professional rapper, spreading myself out there that much as a rapper. I've kind of been a bit of an opportunist. Right. You know what I mean?
Where you get in where you fit it.
I get in where I fit it. And I make the most of what I got.
Of course.
And, you know, and I maintain my reputation.
Work.
But it hasn't been, since I got dropped from Tommy Boy, like that pretty much it shot it for me. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
the curtain got pulled back. You got to start a Wizard of Oz.
There's the wizard. You know what I mean? It's like, I never wanted to subject myself to that again. So I never got that serious about it. But I want to get serious about stuff. And I just don't feel like rap is it. So, like I said, I want to try to start doing this stuff. This is where it's at. And I feel like I have to set that barrier for myself. I have to stop being a rapper. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta stop being a rapper in order to move on to the next thing.
And I feel 100% the same way. All in our ear and shit. So much of my identity over the last, 15, 20 years is wrapped up in this Reef The Lost Cauze guy. You know what I'm saying? From what people know me as on social media, from what people know me as on.
I need help.
It's important for me to. You can't stand in one spot, and it's a comfort thing for me. I'm comfortable being known for what I'm known for, but I have much more to offer, and I think it's very scary. That's why, again, I applaud you for. It's very scary to step out of your comfort zone and go to a place where they don't know who you are, or they don't know anything about what you've done, or the things that you've been praised for all these years. to step into a different world and say, I want to try this out and do it, not because I'm trying to make some sort of, make it my career. I'm passionate about this and I have an idea for this. I love movies. I love, I love books. I like, I want to, why can't I try all of them? And also, like you said, man, like the idea right now of hopping in a van and going to play bars across America right now, I'd soon kill myself right in front of you.
That's actually something that I really want to talk to you about, because, like I said, I'm reaching into this world of stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
And I know that in order to do anything in that realm, I'm basically going to have to be doing what I should have been doing when I was like 20.
Which is van and go.
Right. Mm-hmm. I'm going to have to do that. Right. And you've done it a few times.
More than a few.
Right. Mm-hmm. Now, the closest I've come to that was that LA trip.
Which was a ball ball.
It was a shit ton of fun. But it was also like the hardest weekend.
From being away?
You went away from your family. Like you really not hype about that no more. Are you feel like you passed that?
I am, unless it's an opportunity that was like, you have to understand, man, there's different tiers. Can I just get a little more thing of butter? Like, there's different tiers of the touring. You know what I'm saying? And that's what people need to understand. Like, there's Jay-Z and Beyonce tours where they're, being flown around on private jets, getting massages, you know what I'm saying? Like lobster and steak, there's that type of touring. There's the successful, the very successful, artist that is able to, sell out like a TLA or a Fillmore. Their stuff's a little bit more together. And then you have, we have brothers that are able to do that type of stuff. Paz and, guys like, Atmosphere and them, App and them, that are able to do nice sized venues, get good money in them, and like things like that. For me, it's always been, a grind, man, like a really different type of grind. So I think with that in mind, I don't think it's something that I would be happy about unless it changed to a format that was, number one, more lucrative, better accommodations, better, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have the desire to grind it out like I did before. You know what I mean? If those things changed, then maybe. But other than that, I'm good, man. I'm good. And also, it's just like it's almost, when people ask me when I'm going to get back on the road again, I have to remind them, like, listen, I have, a 8-year-old with the brain of a 1-year-old with the strength of a 13-year-old. He's a big boy. And he don't listen to too many people, but he listens to his father. There's times when she calls me and says he's laying on the ground and won't get up. She can't lift him up. Pop come in that room. Yo, right up. Let's go. Come on. We got school. Let's go. Come on. We ain't got time for this morning, man. Let's go.
You can't just.
You think I'm going to go play for, $400, $500 in Bumble, USA? Got to drive for 2 days. You know what I'm saying? You got me in the Bates Motel. You think I'm doing all that?
Right.
When I could just be home, earn it the honest man way like everybody else. And yeah, I miss it sometimes. I miss those wild nights on the road and all that. But I wouldn't be able to sleep or enjoy myself like I was before, knowing what's going on in my house, knowing how stressful it is. When I gotta leave for 6 hours, I come home and this woman looks like, you know what I mean? She got 2 little boys. You know what I mean? You got girls, ain't no different girls are crazy as hell too. You know what I'm saying? You done clean the crib, you leave for 10 minutes, you come back, you like, what the f*** happened here? And she's trying to do all that, and she works like out of respect and love. There's not a situation right now that is presentable to me that would make me leave for an extended amount of time. You know what I mean? So anything can happen, man. Anything's possible. But in the meantime, I can't sit still and not allow these other talents and gifts and things that I feel like I could do good at to just waste away.
Absolutely.
You know. But in the meantime, I'll put my head down and work. It took me a lot
to get comfortable with that idea, like put yourself in that position.
Yes. You know how, that's what I'm talking about getting older. You know how long I was chasing, and we've seen it, you know, the guy on the Instagram or on the joint, yo, $300 verses, holla at me. I never went that far, but I definitely was the dude, you know, trying to chase shows, verses, merch. That was how I was going to try to eat. It took me a long time to realize, like, yo, man, you might need to get steady work. You might need to work, bro. Like, yeah, it's you, Reef, and you've been around for years. You know, I have people hit me like, yo, man, like, you got a job? I'm like, yo, yeah. Yes. Ain't no shame in feeding your family. Ain't no shame in earning and providing and earning and contributing to your family's hustle.
Now, I'll say I admire that you made the attempt. I admire how long you held out, because I feel like it was like the reverse for me. You know what I mean? Like, I was super young when we were signed to Tommy Boy. When I was with the Snakes, I was 19.
Okay.
I was super young, and by 21,
you still talk to any of them boys?
On occasion, on social media, I still talk to Yanti and Mark. You know what I mean? But Mark was like my big brother. Like, I don't have to talk to him. You know what I mean?
Right. You are. It's all good no matter what.
Like, if I need to be there, I'm gonna be there tomorrow. I'll be there now. Like, I don't have to talk. I ain't worried about it. But we do keep in touch with social media and stuff like that. But by the time I was like 20, 21, like, that was snatched away from me. And it was like, okay, I'm never putting myself in that position again. And that was the time when you had to be dealing with a major.
Right.
So when I watched you playing the Crip and Pass, playing the independent and doing the hustle with the merch, traveling, and like, I admired that shit, but I just never felt like I could subject myself to it. I didn't trust myself. I didn't trust the fans. I didn't trust anybody enough to give it a shot like that. And you did. You know what I mean? So I admire how long you held out before you decided, like, okay, well, I have to do this. But this shit got real for you real fast.
It got real. It wasn't just me no more.
Right.
Then it wasn't just me, and it was somebody else, and then we had somebody else, then she had another somebody else, and it's like, that's hard to do on a rap budget, man. You know what I mean?
So when shit get real that fast, I mean, you gotta make power moves.
Right. But pride, bro. Pride will have you out here hungry.
Absolutely.
And I saw a quote, I forget who said it. I forget who said it. I was about to lie and make up but the quote was you can't have your hand and your chest out.
Man.
You can't have your hand and your chest. You can't be like, no. It's like, you need to humble yourself and realize it's more important than your pride, because you were making a living off of this music for so long.
Quote unquote living.
You know what I'm saying? You was getting by.
Right.
If we keep it at above, you was getting by with just your art, and you lived that life for 15 years. Now you have to humble yourself and go work and go earn in a different way, because you have other responsibilities. That's a pill that a lot of dudes can't and will not swallow. They will not do it. I've talked to them before. I've offered them jobs at my store. Some of them took. Some of them jumped on it. You know what I mean? Some of them, but there are others that they're going to keep just trying to make it by. And I ain't knocking it if it's just you. But if you got kids, you got real stuff going on, and you know that you're not making what you need to make, you're not earning the way you need to earn, you need to at least try. And I'm nowhere near where I want to be. I'm going to keep figuring it out and moving. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not happy with where I am in life or where my family is in life, and I want to make it better for them. And that takes discipline. It takes, swallowing your pride and hustling. I admire Plan, Crip. Them niggas, because like I work, like I sell sports clothing. That's a job. Them niggas work. They throwing medals around me. You chase the bad guys in alleyways. Like, the homies work.
Yeah.
And they ain't trying to hear that shit. They not trying to hear that, oh man, the rap, oh, woe is me. Nah. Get up. And that's something that took me a while to get to. But I'm here now. So it's like anything else is a bonus. Anything else is a plus. If they get booked for a show and the money's good and it's a good turnout and we sell merch and everybody's happy, that's a great night. But I'm sure enough won't get up the next morning and go to work, or get up and take my son to therapy, or get up and take my son to karate, and the day keeps moving. You know what I'm saying? Anything else in this world, that's cool. That's a bonus. That's awesome. Oh, you like my new video? Oh, thanks, nigga. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and it's gonna start all over again. It's Groundhog Day now, and that's something that, like I said, a lot of men, especially at our age, it's terrifying.
It's scary as shit.
You wake up like, yo, I'm like a father, and I'm with this person for life, and I have this house now. This is where I live, and we're gonna be here every day.
They can come for this shit.
Yo, sure.
Ain't nothing like having somebody come for your shit, man. That shit'll wake you up.
Yo,
yeah, absolutely. That's crazy. So we got the Majestic coming. I feel like this might be it.
I'm gonna talk with my mouth full. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. This may be it from a standpoint of what I went through to make this album, the things and experiences that happened. These are all things that have been writing in my mind. So a lot of people that don't follow me may not recognize this. Like, this is my first solo record in 10 years. I know that's a little bit baffling.
I'm listening.
Every record I've done since Vicious Cycle, which was 2008, has been a collaborative project. I did a record with Stu and Skrilla called Fight Music. That was me and two producers. I did a record with the Snow Goons. That was me and the Snow Goons. Did a record called Reef The Lost Cauze. That was me and Caliph. I did a record with my boy Iman. That was me and Iman. Like, collaborative records with producers. My record with my man Bear One, which was the last record I put out. In my mind, these are not solo records. These are collaborative records. So a lot of the material on there is just me having fun, or we, just building with my homies. So everything you're hearing on this record is pretty much the last 10 years built up in my mind about. I'm not going to talk about that on this. I'm not going to talk about that on this record. Like, this is for the record.
So we're really just meeting.
And you're meeting me as a grown adult man with real life stuff to talk about. If you look back at my material, a lot of it is, that braggadocious, I'm the illest MC. I mean, I'll kill you, I beat you up, I take your girl like me. I
still rap about
that. Yeah.
That's still very much where I'm at.
But yeah, I mean, this album has been 10 years in the making.
Okay.
And so I don't have another 10.
Yeah, I hear that.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I feel like I said everything I needed to say. And again, circumstances change. If there's a demand for it, but you got to be real about it, man. There's so much music out there. There's so many artists. It's hard to keep up. I gave my contribution for a really long time, and I'm proud of it. I'm proud of what I did, man.
With this recent resurgence in Philly hip hop relevance, you feel like there's a space in there for you? You know what I mean? Like Meet All the Rage this week. Black Thought just did the halftime show.
I feel like this has been a phenomenal year for our city of MCs.
GQ just named us City of the Year.
City of the Year. There's a great Philly's on fire. I will continue to be a part of it as long as I feel like I'm not the old boy that won't let it go. Because we all know that nigga, and I don't want to be that nigga. I don't want to be that.
Over here, show up to the court with the short shorts.
Hey,
give me that rock,
you know what I mean? Like, I just don't. I want to make sure that if I am producing and putting stuff out, it's on that caliber. It's on the caliber of, I'll never. Let's keep it a buck. I'll never be as nice as thought, but to be his age and to produce the stuff that he's producing, the quality of music that he's making at that age. If I could still feel like I would be doing that, then yeah, but I doubt it. I don't think that that's because this is what he does every single day.
Right.
He doesn't have to deal with.
He's got the opportunity to focus and hold in.
There you go. Right. You know what I'm saying? And when I had the opportunity to focus on it mostly all day, I feel like I was much more excited about it and energetic about it. It's like, where do I even find the time and energy anymore?
It's hard.
You know?
It's hard as hell. Like, I made so much music. Like, Baby Black taught me how to record myself.
Yeah.
And I built a studio in my house. And I've made so much music over the past 5 years. That, I mean, like, in the last 4 years, I think I made more music than I made in my life.
What?
But I can't, like, I don't have, that's all I've got the energy to do, really,
right.
Even, like, make it. You know what I mean?
And then you got to deal with getting it out there, promoting it, pushing it. It's like, it sounds lame to say I just do this for fun, but I would love to get to a point where I'm just doing this because this is what I love to do and I'm having fun.
Right.
And I don't care about anything else. I mean, I'm kind of there now.
Almost there.
Yeah. And it's like, again, it's not woe is me thing. It's not a sad thing. It's just it's a real thing. It's a reality thing of knowing that, like, you know, I've been a part of the city and the fabric of the underground for 15 years. You don't overstay your welcome. You don't beat it. You don't beat a dead horse. I've never been that bold, man. Whether it came to music, whether it came to relationships, whatever. I don't beat a dead horse, man. If it's not there, it's not there. So we'll see how this record does. We'll see if the mood strikes me. But again, I would love to take next year to, I got me a little laptop that I don't use, sit down and write my script out. I know people that are crazy crafty with the camera.
Before we leave it, I'm giving you a record that I'm directing a video for the Majestic.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, you got that. That's dope.
Ain't no backing out now.
I actually saw somebody posted a photo of this. I don't know what you want to call it. I'll show it to you when we get off. But it's like 22nd and Lehigh. It looked like the back of a, like, burned out, but it's all graffiti. I want to shoot something there.
Okay.
So let's do it.
Yeah, no doubt.
Let's do it. I have the perfect song. It's just one of the straight spitfire songs. We ain't got to get too deep with it. You know what I mean? We can do that next week. I'm dead serious too.
No, me too. Yeah, absolutely.
But I mean, I want to sit there like you. I want to try other things, and I need to step away from rap to do it. I think I need to like be Sharif and not Reef. If that makes sense. I need to, like.
It makes
I want to get my.
Than you can even imagine.
Yeah, like right now, I know I want to get like my life in order, and I feel like when you focus so much on rap and outside stuff, it's hard to do that. I want to get married. You know, we're engaged. We gotta get money to get married. My house, there's stuff that needs to be fixed in my house. I want to get I want to get my shit together, and it's not together. And once I do that, maybe I can come back around. But for the most part, man, like, I'm just focused on getting us in a better position than we are. And I think that it took me a really long time to realize that was more important than any of this other stuff. This is what it is now, you know. So yeah.
I'm really glad you're gonna give us another album.
Yes.
I'm really grateful that you took the time to talk to me.
Absolutely.
Like this. I genuinely appreciate it. The most important part of this for me is getting to spend time and getting to, like, for as long as we've known each other,
right.
I don't feel like we know each other as well as we should. You know what I mean? And like, I learned a lot about you here today. This is why I want to do this. This is why, like, I'm not even worried about talking to nobody that I don't already know.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You're just doing it with the homies.
That's it. Because I feel like my homies are interesting enough, compelling enough, talented, and fucking important enough that I don't have to go outside my circle. So I'm really grateful that you took the time, because I know how much shit we got to do.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But I thank you, bro.
My brother.
I thank you.
I appreciate you.
It's been a pleasure.
I'm gonna tell you real shit. Like, this was right on time. Like I said, I deal with, not suffer from, deal with depression. And today started off like one of them days where I was in my head. So just talking really made me. It made the day a little bit better.
If I can't do nothing else I can be here for my brothers.
Word up.
And that's it. That's it. That's all we owe each other is presence.
Presence.
And it'll never go away.
Yes, sir.
No, just one up.